What if I told you that behind Tattoo's cheerful deplane, he was so troubled he carried a gun to the set? Stick around, because in just a few minutes, I'll reveal it all. Welcome to Fantasy Island, the hit ABC series that first aired in 1977 and ran for 7 seasons until 1984. Here are the top 10 weird but true facts you might not know. Even if you know all of them, I hope you enjoy the video. Oh, and did you know that Tattoo helped with the puppeting of some characters on Sesame Street? Yep. Stay for the bonus and get the full scoop.
This is Fantasy Island, Mr. Udall. And here anything exists, if I so wish.
Number 1. Producer Aaron Spelling once admitted that the idea for Fantasy Island started as a joke. After pitching concept after concept to ABC executives and getting shot down every time, Spelling finally threw up his hands and sarcastically said, "Fine, how about an island where people's fantasies come true?" To his surprise, they loved it. That offhand remark turned into one of the strangest green lights in TV history. And while the show was born from a joke, things weren't always so lighthearted behind the scenes, especially when it came to the relationship between its 2 stars.
No, I read a big outro. At least he had more fun with the ladies.
Number 2. While Rourke and Tattoo appeared inseparable on screen, off-screen, their relationship was strained. Reports suggest Villachet resented Montalban's higher pay, and their dynamic grew icy as the series wore on. Fans never suspected that the island's iconic pair were barely speaking when the cameras stopped rolling.
He says, "I won't work unless I get paid exactly like Ricardo gets paid." And they said, "We can't do that." Well, then I won't do the show, but then I'll do the show.
Number 3. Originally, network bosses floated the idea of Orson Welles playing Mr. Rourke, before Aaron Spelling pushed for Ricardo Montalban. Spelling feared Welles might be difficult on set. The final choice gave Rourke his debonair, enigmatic presence through Montalban. Was it the right choice? What do you think?
My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Number 4. Mr. Rourke's Grand Island house wasn't on some remote tropical getaway at all. It was actually a Victorian cottage in Los Angeles. The famous bell tower, where Tattoo rang in the guests, is part of the Queen Anne Cottage in Arcadia, which still celebrates its Fantasy Island connection today. And that shimmering lagoon where the plane touched down, it wasn't the Pacific Ocean. It was just a small man-made lake sitting right behind the cottage.
Having a good time, Tattoo?
Oh, boss, how did you know it was me?
Number 5. Tattoo's catchphrase got so big it broke out of the show and straight into pop culture.
The plane!
Hervé Villachet was even hired to spoof himself in a donut commercial, where he pointed at the display case and shouted, "The plane, the plane." The LA Times later mentioned the ad in his obituary, proof of just how far the line had traveled.
The plane! No. The cinnamon.
Hey, if you're enjoying this silly content, please hit the like button. It's free and really helps the channel. Thanks so much. Number 6. Here's a little TV magic you probably never noticed. Almost every single plane arrival you saw on Fantasy Island came from the footage shot in just one day. And when it looked like the guests were stepping off the real seaplane, they were actually climbing out of a plywood and papier-mâché mock-up, parked by a lagoon. It was a budget trick that became part of the show's DNA. The same arrival replayed for years. And while the plane may have been a fake on screen, what happened to Tattoo off screen was all too real and heartbreakingly dark.
But 2 of the most beautiful girls in the world. The French have a name for it. Ménage à trois.
I have a name for it too.
What?
Wow!
Number 7. Behind Tatoo's charming image was a much darker reality. Villachet was notorious for being difficult on set. He carried a gun for protection, had turbulent relationships, and often clashed with producers over money. ABC finally fired him in 1983 after a bitter salary dispute, and his life spiraled downwards. In 1993, tragically, Villachet died by his own hand, leaving a haunting shadow over the show's legacy.
And at the beginning, absolutely delightful. As the fan mail came, and he read all his fan mail, I don't know, something happened to him. There was a little change. He became a little arrogant, to tell you the truth. Never say good morning and carry a gun,
Number 8. And what about the famous deplane? Believe it or not, that little seaplane had a wild life long after the cameras stopped rolling. The aircraft eventually wound up in the wrong hands, tied to smuggling, and was even confiscated by U.S. Marshals. Over the years, it bounced from owner to owner before finally being auctioned off in 2016.
Oh, bless you. Bless me.
There goes a happy man.
Yes, but what is happiness, my friend?
Happiness is a cracker with a caviar on it.
Number 9. Ricardo Montalban once revealed a chilling secret about how he played Mr. Rourke. For years, he kept it to himself, but later admitted that in his mind, Rourke wasn't just a mysterious host. He was a fallen angel, cast out of heaven for the sin of pride, doomed to run the island like a kind of purgatory. Suddenly, that polite man in the white suit feels a lot darker, almost like he's toying with souls instead of just granting wishes. Fans and critics still talk about this revelation today, because once you know it, you can never watch Fantasy Island the same way again.
Who is that man, Mr. Rourke?
He calls himself Mr. Nick, the Prince of Darkness, the incarnation of evil.
What does he want here?
My immortal soul.
Boss, that's terrible. Let me help you.
Number 10. Villachet leaned into his playboy reputation and even decorated his dressing room with a sign that said, "Sex Instructor, First Lesson Free." Cast and crew were both amused and unsettled by his antics. This starkly contrasted the family-friendly image of Fantasy Island ABC marketed. It's one of those details that shows how wild Hollywood sets could be in the 1970s and early 80s. And for one last surprise, Tattoo even crossed over into the unlikeliest of places, children's television. Now for a bonus. Here's a crossover nobody saw coming. Tattoo actually appeared on Sesame Street. During episodes filmed in Hawaii in the late 70s, Villachet was hired to perform the walking legs under Oscar the Grouch's trash can whenever the character had to move around. Legendary puppeteer Carol Spinney later laughed about the arrangement, remembering how surreal it was to see Tattoo literally carrying Oscar. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you again very soon.